Hi everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Venti. Make sure to subscribe. So today is a talking video with no music, so go ahead and use the Spotify playlist that I have in my Instagram bio link. And yeah, let's get to it. Today is a strength and stretching video, and we're just going to always focus on our breath. So if you ever get lost, make sure to focus on breathing. So we're just going to play around with our spine here. I'm sure you're familiar with this pose if you've done yoga. It's called cat and cow, or if not, you just know it as bending and arching. But it is really awesome. Take your time and really feel each bit of your spine moving up and down. And we're breathing all while we're doing this. Excellent. Make sure to go at your own pace. So you don't want to rush anything here. So now we're going to come over to the side and we're going to walk our hands to the back. See if we can bring our ankles. Sorry, I had a little adjustment there. And just walk on to the other side. And we're taking our time and we're really getting our spine moving. And we're just going to repeat it a couple times. Absolutely no rush. So if you're wondering in these quiet times why there's no music, it's because my channel has been hit with copyright claims in the past. So to avoid that, I figured, you know what, just do a voiceover, just use generic iMovie music. And you can always play your own playlists, on another tab, on your other devices, whatever it is. So now if you can, we're going to swivel on our knees. This might be hard on the floor, hard on your knees. So if you can put a towel or something underneath, that would help you a lot. If not, you can skip this unless you have like a Lazy Susan equivalent swirly board sports version. But anyways, you don't have to spend time on that. And now we're going to do what you probably know as a fire hydrant, and we're going to hold it for a bit. So now I know it's going to burn. That's totally okay. We are working a lot in that area. And then we're going to kick back, just the same method, and just keep breathing. That's what's so important. Breathing and focusing on the exercise that you're doing. Because, you've probably heard this term, muscle-mind connection. Yes. So most of us don't do these exercises on the daily unless we're already in a sport or habit that requires us to do this a lot, or like our daily profession. Most of us, it's not movement based. Fortunately, it's mostly us sitting at desks. So unless you're this way inclined, this might feel crunchy, this might feel weird. You might not feel like you have enough stamina, even if you've been practicing in other disciplines. So don't feel badly, just do what you can. And make sure to have that core engaged at all times. Breathe in and out. I have my mask on and I'm okay, so we're all good. So I'll leave you here to follow along, and I will jump back in momentarily when it switches. Great. So now what you're going to do is get on your tippy toes or tiptoes and just, if you can, bend back into what you probably know as a downwards dog and walk your way up. There are other ways to get up. So if you can't do this, that's totally fine. You could just drop on your knees and traditionally get up. But if you can find the strength to try that or ability to try that, that's great. And so we're just going to hang out here nice and folded and just breathe. So now we're just going to bend at the knees as far as we can down and bend back up. Love this stretch, the strengthening exercise. It always reminds me of a baby when they're learning to walk. I don't know why, but it just does. But it feels really awesome. So just keep doing that and I will pop back in. Okay, coming down now. We're in a squat. Come down as low as you can. Remember, we're not forcing anything, and you're just gonna sway side to side. Awesome. Now you're going to make your way down to the ground, and I'm going to explain further. And I hope that you cannot hear the train in the background. And if you can, I'm so sorry, but it's just one of those things. So, this might be difficult again if you're not accustomed to doing it, and it's an excellent thing to work towards. So, I am pretending there's something in front of me, and if you actually need to put an object in front of you, by all means, do it. I'm here for the visualization. You're just lifting up your leg as if there's an obstacle. Now I'm just doing it straight in front of me, but the other one was up and around, and I really have to brace my core. Even though I am picking up from my leg, my hip, and my glutes, the core is very much in here, back is very much in here. There's a lot of stabilization throughout all these movements. Now I'm going as high as I can. Again, you go as much as you can with all of these. So now we're just going out and in, and we're just trying to account for all the directions as much as possible. Great. So now I'm going to fold forward, trying to keep my back flat, see if I could touch my toes. You could have your arms out like I am doing right now, or you could have them on your hips, whatever it is. But this time we're keeping our back straight instead of curved like we had before in one of the other previous exercises. Now this probably looks like a child exercise, or just, when you're bored and you're fiddling on the ground, but what we're doing is rotating out and out on both sides. And then the next one would be rotating inward. So do a couple going out, and then in a bit we're going to switch to going in. And I was hoping when I recorded this that my shoes weren't, unpleasant. So I'm glad that not seeing the footage, that it's okay. Great, so now what I'm going to do is make my way to my knees and do what you probably know as rainbow, but I'm going to take it a little further. I'm going to try and bring the tip of my toe as far to the top of my body as possible, like to my shoulders. But everything I'm doing intentionally, so I'm not forcing, but I'm also trying to really get that range of motion there. Because with dance, you're in all sorts of positions, so it's important to mimic things when you're strengthening and stretching and, getting all into the stabilizers, range of motion, all the good stuff. So from this angle, you can probably see better. My back is going to be arching. Again, here comes the train. I hear it in the background. You're going to be arching and just keep sweeping. So try this a couple times. See how far you get. It's okay if it's a crunchy feeling, just as long as there's no pain. And then I'm going to slowly make my way onto my knees so I can get into a low squat. And then I'm going to take some deep breaths there and just push out on my knees so that I can feel a deeper stretch in my groin area. And it's probably tender for you guys and everybody if it's if it's new to you, all these exercises. So thank you for joining, and I'll see you next week. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, follow me on here, on TikTok, on Instagram, where I post daily content, all the good whining stuff and dance stuff. So to end this, I'm just going to come out of it slowly, take a deep breath. Again, I'm not forcing anything. And all these exercises and stretches are really good for a lot of things, not just dance. So I might be dance specific, but it's good for your everyday life and good to practice. So have a good day, and thank you for joining.